Red button means we're live, a casual take with your boy Stephen Pepper, here to give a take off my chest. So yesterday the Knicks officially introduced head coach Mike Brown, and he said a bunch of things to the media, but one thing that really stuck out to me was how he's going to deal with the expectations this season with the Knicks. And he said, quote, "No one has any bigger expectations than I do. My expectations are high. This is the Knicks. I love and embrace the expectations that come along with it." So I was curious, what are the expectations of the New York Knicks this season? This isn't an ad, by the way, but I did go onto FanDuel just to check what does Vegas think. And of course, the best odds to win the championship next year is the Oklahoma City Thunder. But would you look at that? The New York Knicks, according to FanDuel, stand alone with the second best odds to win the championship next year at plus 750. And by extension, of course, the favorites to win the East. So this is Vegas saying, go New York, go New York, go to the finals, right? The East is a joke. Like, I know everyone and their mother has been beating this take to the ground over the past month, but it is true. Dame's out, Tatum's out, and now Hallie's out for next season. Then that guy's the leader of the team that beat you in the conference finals last season. We're talking about an Eastern Conference where the Knicks are pretty much alone at the top. I mean, other than Cleveland. But let's face it, the Knicks have beaten the Cavs in the playoffs before, albeit it was 3 years ago and with Julius Randle. But the Cavs have yet to prove they can get to a conference finals, and the Knicks have. So, to me, I'm not saying the expectations in New York are championship or bust. I have the Thunder running it back next year. I think they're the dynasty in the making, right? And then you got these teams that won the offseason in Houston and Denver, who are tough opponents out west that the Knicks got to worry about later. But as far as the East goes, anything short of a finals appearance for the Knicks would just be a failure, right? Like, you don't go all in on this roster with all those draft picks, all that salary, just to pat yourself on the back for making a conference finals. No. Okay, you do so you can go play for a championship, and that's in June. And last season, the Knicks were 2 wins away from that stage, right? The NBA Finals. So they fired their established head coach in Tom Thibodeau for a championship-winning one in Mike Brown to win those 2 remaining games. And, of course, they're going into year 2 now with Cat and Mikal Bridges. And they signed Jordan Clarkson to be a much-needed scoring punch off the bench. Jalen Brunson's obviously still there. He's one of the 10 best basketball players in the world to me. So this team's got to make the finals. So, the honeymoon phase of, oh, I'm just glad the Knicks are back to playing good basketball again, those days are over. Okay? Anything short of making the finals for this team would be a failure. Okay? No excuse. They got to go play for the finals. Now, obviously, knock on wood, injuries could happen. You pray that they don't happen. Stars are getting hurt. Like the Celtics championship window got shut because of Tatum's injury. So you hope no one in New York gets hurt. But they were healthy last season. And then you're 2 wins away from a final. Okay? And if they're healthy again this season, the expectation is to win those 2 remaining games. I'm not saying they have to win the finals. Vegas says they have the second highest odds to win the finals next year. They're not saying they're the second best team. If the Knicks matched up with Houston or Denver in the finals, I'm probably picking the teams out west. But this is Vegas saying the East is such a choke next season that they're more likely to win the finals than any of those teams out west other than OKC. Now, you can say the same thing for Cleveland, right? The Cleveland Cavaliers should also have a finals appearance or bust expectations. And I agree to some extent, right? The Cavs actually won 13 some more games last season than the Knicks. They won 64 games. They were the number 1 seed in the East. They had a historic season. They have all these all-stars. Their core's been a lot longer. Their coach is going to their second year. But if we're being honest about the Cavs, they go to the playoffs pretty much every season now, limping. They rely too much on Donovan Mitchell. They get out physical. And I'm not one to say they're frauds, but if you were to ask yourself, who do you trust to go win, to go play for a championship, the Knicks or the Cavs, you're probably picking the Knicks because they've at least proven they can get to a conference finals and not the Cavs. And if the Cavs couldn't get to it last year, when are they ever going to do it? Right. And I think that's why, Vegas sees it like that way with this Knicks roster, the 6 first-round picks for Mikal and Karl-Anthony Towns, the addition of Clarkson, bringing in Mike Brown, Jalen Brunson's the top 10 player, and they gave the Knicks the edge at plus 250, the favorites to win the Eastern Conference. But the Cavs, yeah, they are right behind them at plus 275. In the finals, they're plus 800. It's not like these rosters are far apart. They're pretty close. I expect both these teams to be in the conference finals next year. But if I had to pick who has the higher expectations, I'm taking the Knicks because they were just in the conference finals. And if we're being honest, let's face it, It's New York. Like Mike Brown said, it's Madison Square Garden. It's the Knicks, this franchise, this roster. If Cleveland doesn't make the finals, yeah, it sucks. But in a week, everyone's going to forget about it because it's Cleveland. And it hurts for me to say it because I'm an Ohio boy. But if the Knicks don't make the finals, sky's falling in Manhattan. The expectations are higher. And I mean, they made it further. So that's why Vegas is saying, go New York, go New York, go to the finals. But let me know what you guys think. I appreciate everyone for tuning into this episode of A Casual Take. Follow my social media to stay updated on all things related to the show. Until next time, see ya.